right? So I've been
you like
yeah, right.
You actually
right?
Right.
So I spent like 10 years here at the faculty, so whole digital management PhD studying. So and you mentioned Americans, etc. So maybe one at least back, let's say like 5 years ago, I know things have changed. What we were missing a lot is really business thinking, is really product management thinking, right? Because we at least again I as well and my colleagues, we're always thinking of how to make the best algorithm, how to be the best on a Kitty data set, the best technology, etc. But actually, what I've witnessed for the last 5 years in industry, it's not about that necessarily. It is about good algorithm, good technology, but it's really about solving customer problems, right? And like really thinking thoroughly, what's the minimal set of features of the technology that's needed to solve something and to sell something. And my feeling is that's what we are missing at FAIR. We're not thinking about that. We don't have courses about that, right? It's really about how much you learn on your own. I'm sure that initiatives like Nucleus or Zitzer are going in the right direction because you meet there people who are thinking about that, who are talking about that, right? And that's going to be for sure beneficial for any young researcher who has some idea of how to build something or wants to build something. So that's my feeling what we were missing, right? So we're not thinking just particular about the algorithm technology, they are really important, but really thinking about what makes value to potential customer to a market. So maybe we are on a fair level missing some courses. Like product management is now a hot topic in the last 5 to 10 years, really hot topic in the States, right? It is really important, right, to understand the market, to understand the needs and how to manage the needs, etc. So that's one thing, and then something related to unit economics and stuff like that. So those are maybe some of the stuff that we were missing, or at least I was missing when studying here, which would be definitely beneficial for me, if I one day go into entrepreneurship.
Back to Ivan's question about how to cross maybe that gap. Here I think we more talk about EU funding and against VC, but I think we can learn something from VC funding that can be applied maybe in EU funding. So we also talked about a lot of missing trust, and I feel that anytime we write a new proposal, we start from zero. We have to convince some other reviewer that what we are doing is good. Maybe some mechanism should be made that would, let's say, follow a company from a proof of concept stage all the way to commercialization or whatever. In terms that if a company successfully finishes a POC project, they receive some kind of invited call, some let's say product development or commercialization, where it would be very similar to VC funding, where you have a pre-seed stage, seed stage, where you get some real money, you try something, you get some response from the market, and then if the same investors invest in you, that brings you credibility, and you don't have to check everything from scratch. Maybe something like that should be.
You had a question?
Yeah, I have a question, but don't say your answer. I go in the product management style question, but
okay.
yours.
So since we are a little bit behind schedule, and since I'm afraid that some of the moments of this roundtable were a bit depressing, I would ask to you. So, should we give up, or what should we do? Just 30 seconds.
I wanted to very quickly say that, that in principle we may be a little bit focused on the negativity and that you shouldn't give the entire impression that it is negative. In fact, from my perspective as a foreigner here for the last 20 years, the steps made in the last 10 years are enormous and extremely positive. And all of you who are able to follow the presentation today will see that, at least in terms of policy, things are going in the right direction. So this education of market thinking is on the plan. And basically what was present in the whole idea of science-business collaboration 20 years ago in this country, 10 years ago in this country, and today there's an enormous acceleration, and there are many things that are present that are necessary. What's missing is the huge success stories. There are one or two, but I would prefer to see 1,000 companies of 100 employees succeeding. But that we have as an institution with the industry has changed enormously, and a lot of that is thanks to, I think, sensible programming from policy. So projects where we come together and we're forced to talk to each other, encouraging people to think about startups, making incubators. These are things that didn't exist really. Now the system has changed a lot and will continue to change. So actually, I would really try to finish on a positive. Croatia is going in actually the right direction. It's a process. These things happened in the UK, in Israel, in Lithuania, Latvia, but they all took 20 years of serious work to get some results, and we have to keep that in context. But I think that the policy drive and the attempt to construct laws to incentivize the correct behaviour is the only way that we can do something in the system that is working earlier. And it is working. It maybe could have more success stories, but we shouldn't stop. For sure, we should continue with the same vein and have discussions about what should be fine-tuned. Conceptually, I think it's going to be right.
Okay, so we have a
Let me
conclude
conclude the whole workshop.
Be positive.
Of course, otherwise, first of all, thank you all for coming. And I also think there is a really reason to be positive. I fully agree what David said, because I'm also quite long in this system, and really 25 years ago, when we got one that was Czech, I said 40 euro, our dean was so proud when we bring 40,000 euro. That is now nothing for any professor here. So 25 years, huge progress, and recently, at least this 10 years since we joined you, that's really, I think, really steep advancement. And I think it's something that we are one of 2 or 3 most successful in this startup in Europe now. That's really great. We have actually created a small, we have 2 unicorns, but I agree also that this is not really the aim. That's good, like for reputation, but I really like that we have many companies, and we really in the domain which we have with this faculty is in the area. We have really quite many successful companies. I wish more to see in other domains that we had here big tradition in Croatia, like chemistry, pharmaceutical, and all this stuff. I see nucleus, unfortunately, I couldn't be last Thursday before when I wasn't part of evaluation. There are really many proposals from new startup companies that are really people from your institute, from faculty of mathematics. That's really great. So I see the big progress, and really this is our first workshop. I hope that next year we will have also. We'll see, and I hope you enjoy it, and that you have a message. Message is let's stay positive and continue collaboration between academia and industry, and with help of our policy makers. Really, what I presented this course, really I think very good, and then but implementation, but it's not in yours. That you don't personally feel this like at the level of government, we should find some way to simplify the procedure. That is actually very important to speed up even more these positive trends.